Hello everyone, welcome to an interesting start to your day. We're coming to you live from several locations across Europe, and we're starting off here at the world famous Stockholm Neptune Software broadcasting headquarters, also known as my home office. We're going to entertain you today with, among other things, live demo, which is always fun to do because anything can happen. You're going to see some great applications of technology that has, let's say, making your future become nearer to your everyday life. We're also going to showcase our customers and partners solutions and technology today. One of the reasons that we as Neptune are doing this today is also to show you that anything, nearly anything, is possible when you know the right people, you have the right technology, and to show the power of a great ecosystem. And let's see if we can do a screen share. I will introduce Thomas and Daniel as we get on. Are we seeing my screen?
Yes.
Wonderful. There might be some lag, who knows? Again, we are coming from multiple nations. But thank you for connecting in today. So for those of you who don't know, just going to briefly tell you about Neptune Software. We are a Norwegian software company based out of Oslo. We have 5 offices in 5 different countries, and over 550 companies out there in over 40 countries using our platform and applications that are developed in the Neptune Software platform. I think that's enough for the numbers slide. This is more of a proud moment. So a couple of months ago, it was announced that we made it on to the Magic Quadrant for MXDP, which is a multi-experience development platform. Now, out of 100 vendors, only 16 made it onto the quadrant, and the other big boys in that league include SAP, Oracle, IBM, Salesforce, Microsoft, and the list continues. So, very proud moment for us. And also, why does that matter today? Well, the thing is, to get on here and become a multi-experience development platform, you must have fulfilled a lot of criteria. Among others, have done some seriously cool stuff like working with blockchain. I should have seen a live demo today, working with voice recognition, OCR technology, a lot of different things just to become even considered for this. So it kind of plays in. So what is the Neptune Digital Experience Platform? Well, it is a development platform that has 2 modules in it. We call it P8 and P9. Planet 8, Planet 9, something to do with Neptune, planets away from the sun. That's the naming. Now, P8 is what we call the SAP edition, which sits inside SAP. So it's the most native development environment you can find for SAP because it's installed inside with direct access to your process and transports and all that kind of stuff. And of course, it's SAP certified for S/4HANA and Cloud Platform as well. Now, how does that work with the P9 module, which we call the Open Edition? Well, the P9 module can then be installed on anything non-SAP, so that we can make these things work together and create something truly unique. So when you do this, you get enterprise mobility. You get offline out of the box when you're developing in the Neptune platform. With these 2 modules combined, you can create a digital experience for your employees or for your suppliers or vendors, whatever you might have in your business, that is tailored because you are actually using an API-based integration. So P8 can expose data from SAP, P9 can consume it in the same user interface. So your employees can sit in applications that have multiple sources, and giving them a better workflow, being more efficient. I should probably mention that the platform is also known as a RAD, a Rapid App Development Platform. Good. Which means development in this platform is 50 to 70% faster than pretty much anything else you can find in the market and standard tools. Then one more thing we want to highlight. This went live last week. So we eat our own dog food, we take our own medicine, whatever you want to call it. We, of course, use the Neptune platform to develop applications and portals for Ourselves, internally, we have a whole HR suite, time reporting, sales reporting that sits in both S/4HANA and in Salesforce. And this portal here went live for our partners and customers, where not only can you check, your invoicing status or whatever else, you can download the latest version of the product. You can come in and see our customer case studies and success stories. You can also, as a brand new thing, try out what's called Planet X, Planet 10, which is cloud hosted, where you can go in and download or create instances and start building immediately. Over on the right-hand side, mobile build services, replacement for PhoneGap that went out of service in September. So this is brand spanking new. Get in touch to get access to it. I'm not going to showcase it right here on this platform. I think that is the 5 minutes for Neptune. So I'm just going to give controls to Thomas.
Hello, everybody. Control? Looks good, I think. Let me see, check. Not yet. I just give it a few seconds, maybe. In the meantime, I'm introducing myself. My name is Thomas Mörtel-Zimmerer, and I'm responsible for business development at AnyLine. Thank you very much for the introduction, Morten. It's great to be in the webinar and be able to present also our services and our product. Morten, can you share the presentation again?
There we go. You should have control. Let's see how this goes.
It's not here, I think. Can you share this? I think the presentation was lost. Can you share it again and give me control?
I am trying this. Yeah. The fun bit about doing live stuff, isn't it? You can get now? Are we back on?
Doesn't look like, sorry.
We're going to run this in a more manual mode then. How about now?
Yep, it's now we can see it again. I think I cannot switch between the slides, so maybe I would ask you, Morten, maybe to do it for me if you're fine for that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the manual thing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So yeah, thank you again. I'm happy to present to you today a little bit about our company, AnyLine. We are based in Vienna and also in Boston, and we are a AI company, so artificial intelligence company, focused on the recognition of intelligent recognition of text, so OCR in short. Can you go to the next slide, please, Morten? With this technology, we are able to gather some great use cases in the past few years. Our technology is now on the market, or we started on the market around 7 years ago, and you can imagine things have quite changed since then. Things developed a lot, and artificial intelligence and machine learning are two major parts that are really great to develop this technology further and make things possible that haven't been possible a few years ago. And you will see some of that soon. Please go to the next slide, Morten. There's one little example already that I want to show it right away. It's the recognition of an Austrian Viennese license plate. What you see here is basically the recognition right on a smartphone. And within a 1/10 of a second, license plate is recognized, so the number and also the country code, and right available. The information is right available on your system, on the system. Let's move to the next slide, please. We mentioned already OCR technology. Also, Morten in his presentation mentioned it. OCR technology, so optical character recognition, is not a completely new technology. It's out there for quite a few years already, but the technology never really got to its full potential. And there are a few reasons for that. And one of the main reasons you will find now here. Typical and common OCR technologies, so that you find in the majority of cases also on the market currently, uses an external server. That means you have a device like a smartphone. You have the camera, and the camera gets pictures and images of the surface. So, for example, in our case, a license plate, and sends this information to an external server that processes it and sends back the digital information. This kind of process has a lot of disadvantages. It's low speed, has lower accuracy in the consequence as well, is also has also lower security because you are leaving your own network for that. And in the end, it also means that the number of use cases that you can cover with it is much lower and it's restricted. If we now move forward to the next slide, what we did in the past few years to tackle this issue and to help OCR technology to succeed is basically two things. The one is the service needs to be available always on the device, so no internet connection needed. This is important for many industries. If you think about logistics, for example, then this is really important, and this also helps in getting higher speed, higher accuracy, and higher security. Plus, the other part that is really important is intelligence. And when we talk about intelligence, basically we're talking about the AI and machine learning part that I mentioned in the beginning. I'm coming to that point also in 2 minutes, but that's the second part that is really important to be able to support complex use cases with this kind of technology. To show off some examples, maybe in the next slide, just that you see a bit where this goes. You can see a selection of our out-of-the-box products. I mentioned the license plate scanner. You have, for example, for the energy sector, we have something that we call the meter reading. So that is also a very complex product, actually, because there are many meters, different meters worldwide out there. So you need a lot of machine learning and AI to train your systems to be able to read all of them. This was, by the way, our first product, and it was a great challenge right off the beginning. And I think was great to really learn a lot in the beginning. Also, ID and security applications are really important for us. There are currently 150,000 police officers in Europe that are using our technology. So there you can see that this kind of technology already is right in the market. And especially when we talk about security applications, the offline part, so the on-device part, is of course really important, because otherwise a police forces wouldn't be able to use the solution. And then we also have things like, for example, our serial number scanner, and also barcode scanning and QR code scanning, of course, as well as document scanning. Let's get to the serial number scanner, because that's a really important part of what we do, and is also the enabler for a lot of other things where we are in areas like retail, logistics, and many more. Please move to the next slide, Martin. I think what is really important to understand here, this is the basis, in a technical way, the basis for further developments. It's the basis and the bridge to even more use cases, how we call it. Especially important here is, of course, the variety of surfaces and use cases that we get on the table and we look at, and we always use this product to further develop here. And when we come to the part of further developing, I would like to introduce to you today the AnyLine Trainer. When we go to the next slide, this is basically the basis and the platform where we tackle new use cases that are coming to us that can be pretty complex. But with our AI technology and machine learning in the background, we're able to cover those use cases in a pretty short amount of time. And the AnyLine Trainer is basically the the basis for that. Just a few examples, you have things like pressure vessels, for example, or also tires, so surfaces that are really complex to recognize, and the AnyLine Trainer is already very capable to retrain himself to be able to read those kind of surfaces and informations on those surfaces. I want to just give you a very short, brief view on how the trainer works. Let's move to the next slide. And there you can see that basically we're starting always with data collection. That is important, of course, GDPR compliant, but in the beginning, this is important just to evaluate the amount of work that needs to be done of the system to really be able to work in the end properly. And then we move forward with the annotation and training our AI. Basically, in the first version, you get a first scanner that has a certain amount of accuracy. And over the next couple of days, weeks, or months, depending on the use case, we are hiring that accuracy to the high 90s and are basically providing, in the end, a very capable scanner for your own custom use case. Let's give you one example of use case that we did with the trainer, which was in the tire sector, in the tire manufacturer sector. Morten, let's go to the next slide, please. And there you will see, I'm not sure if everybody is aware of the exact type of tires in the whole tire industry, but to make it simple, one important part of a tire is the dot number. It gives you a lot of information on the production and where the tire came from, which is in the end also important for the retailers and also the consumers to be able to track back if something happens, where did the tire come from, and so on. So that's a very important information that you have on the tire. And looking at a tire, you all know it's black, and also the dot number is just engraved. So it's basically, technically speaking, black on black, which is for OCR technology quite a challenge. And I think a few years ago, this wouldn't have been possible to really recognize. But now with AI and machine learning and all the technology we developed in the past few years, this is possible. And I'd like to show you a little screencast in the end. If we go to the next slide, there you will see just the example of cut out tire parts with a dot number that is being recognized by the system in a pretty fast manner. This is just another great example of what is possible today when it comes to OCR, and it just shows that OCR really is a technology that is already greatly used in the market and even more inquired by the market. And another great example of that is what we're going to see further in the webinar in our partnership with Fink-IT and Daniel. At this point, I would like to hand it over to Morten and Daniel back again and show you some stuff that is really exciting about that. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I've also I've heard the AnyLine technology is also very good from, let's say, customs, whatever. There's something about an angle or degree of scanning that's unique to you guys as well.
That's true.
70% angle and still scan license plates.
That's true. That's true. It's exactly, you're absolutely right. And also the distance. Distances and angles both are factors that we could optimize in the past few years immensely, which makes it just way more usable for the user. Not just in a very simple way. We often see that with technologies in a perfect world they work, but in the real world, in the end, they don't. But in our case, this is already. In the case of license plates, for example, this is very true, and we see that, for example, with all the police forces that are using that just today. So that's really great to see. Yeah.
Now I've made Daniel presenter. Let's see if it works. And Daniel's been kind enough to wear his Sunday wear today, what he wears every day at home, just for this presentation.
Right. Left with the helmet, no. So there are some couple more slides we'll do just afterwards. So I'll start out right away and connect my monitor. Let's see if this is the right one. Come on.
It looked right.
It looks right. Railway Explorer.
Well,
Okay.
something popped on and now it's gone again. But
all right. So we'll see. Yeah. First of all, before I get dressed, let me introduce myself. My name's Daniel. I'm today here to present you this beautiful gadget thing and what we did at Fink-IT Solutions with the AnyLine plugin. So at Fink-IT, I'm CTO and head of SAP Future Technologies department. So we're taking a look in that future stuff, and yeah, we're always happy whenever Neptune comes up with some new features. So we're like little children.
We love you for participating. It's good fun.
What is possible? So let's get dressed with the whole thing here. And yep. What I will do, I will now bring up this RealWear head-mounted tablet device, which is basically connected to this helmet by some little clips. So you can also wear it without a helmet. So, but we figured out it's first of all, it's looking cooler with, and it's also more comfortable. So we're good to go.
Let's see if it's bringing up your screen. You're sharing the screen?
You're seeing the screen share? No, not yet. All right, let me see.
Now we are. And we're still
okay.
Help. Yep.
Perfect. So what I'm now doing is I just guide you through this little live demonstration. Hopefully I'm not telling anything wrong. The commands will be in German. As you see, the screen is in German as well. So I'll now start entering the whole demonstration. Meine Programme. Cool thing here is, for example, whenever I move around my head, I can, if there's like in future a lot of applications on that device, I can just scroll through them by moving my head. Now we're gonna do the live demonstration by using the AnyLine client. AnyLine client. AnyLine client. Here we go. So in the camera, it's already loading the whole thing. Hopefully the screencast will do that as well, because when I'm looking at my screen right now, it's still going forth and back. So
we are seeing something.
Yeah. Now the little robot. All right. So now the famous pin code needs to be entered, and this will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All right, application is starting. So give it some time. For some reason, it's now lagging a little more than before. Maybe it's because of the webinar transmission, I guess. So I'll just explain what's going on in the camera, right? So we're good to go. So we first start out with the license plate reading. We saw before in that little slide thing. We're now do it on live demonstration. So what I did, I have to go back a little bit. So I set up in my home office the car of my little daughter and put the old license plate for my wife on it. So we're gonna read that now in live demonstration. Start scan. So I'll turn around, and now there's this little text in the middle of the display. Hopefully everybody can see it. And if I now go down, and I really have to be fast because come on. Turn around. Okay. That video is really slow, but that, I guess, is because of the webinar screen sharing. We tried it out before a couple times, and that was way faster. All right. So we'll see the result. We read the license plate correctly, and yeah, this is on the RealWear device very fast, and the screencast here a little slower, some lagging time. Anyway, so now as we do have a lot of time left, I can also just dive in a little more technically in the whole thing. What we did by implementing the whole plugin, we're using the plugin in offline mode, so you can see that, and I guess you guys can all see my screen. You can see that by the little symbol up here. So we are not online with that camera at the moment. So everything you see is offline. Otherwise, we would have been online. For example, the pin code I entered before, where I set the numbers loud and clearly. This is not, at the end of the day, the best solution whenever you're standing around in some environment with some co-workers and everybody is shouting out his PIN number. So what we did with the online solution so far, we need to implement that offline as well. But this is, it's just state-of-the-art development as it is at the moment. We just put some names over every little digit, so people are not shouting out anymore 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are just, we did it random, so you got like a table where you can enter some funny names, and you can also change that. If it's Christmas, for example, you can go for Santa Claus and whatever you want, and people will loud and clearly speak out those words to enter their PIN code. This is another gadget, and so by using now, this is all what we did by combining the RealWear components with the AnyLine plugin and the Neptune platform as the basis for this all. And technically in the background, hopefully the whole thing is still up and running and listening to me. Zeige call. It does. Give it a second. And you can also hopefully see what I can see at the moment. Yes. So that's basically what happens in the background. Just because of the fact that we have enough of time, we can also have a look on that one. So what you get back from the AnyLine plugin is not only the result of the reading, you also get back the complete picture we took. Zurück. So I'm navigating back now. And to show you that picture, and this is, for example, when we now start with the next demonstration of some meter readings. Maybe also for the license plate, no matter what you're scanning, it's just whenever you need to approve that this, optical character recognition was working fine. You can also go back, you can every time go back, grab the picture and just prove that the machine reading was working absolutely fine. And if there's some difference, you can see that by having a look on the picture. So now let's start for the next demonstration of the meter reading. Zurück. Zurück. Just wait a little till you guys can see the next menu. All right. So now selektiere Zählerstand. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Starte Scan. All right, by doing that, we just switch to another plugin, and the camera is started already on my device. We'll wait for you guys to see the same stuff. So this is now, I printed out some meter readings, but I'll put also a big one here on my screen. And okay, I'm done with the reading. So the big one on the screen is now coming. And whenever the scan is done, really lags like 5 seconds now. Not going to be better, it's even getting worse. But anyway, we'll see the result right now. And again, we've got the right numbers, red by AnyLine, and we've got that picture. And this is now the plugin for the analog meter reading. And again, one more demonstration that you can use this plugin, Starte Scan. Starte Scan. So you can use, I'll wait for the 5 seconds again. Just want to, you guys can see what I can see right here. All right, done. So there's like a water meter device. Scan is already done. That's why I can move around here. And you can basically see that it's just needs that part of a second to read the whole thing. And here we also have, for example, in the last digit, we can't even see the complete one, but it's reading out everything fine. So at this point, we can basically end the live demonstration. So I'll get undressed again. Don't really want to work with that one throughout the whole day, but whenever it's, yeah, you need to work with it, it's a great thing. So if you can bring up the presentation again, Martin, with the last slide. Right, perfect.
Okay, yeah, we missed that one. There we go.
That was the one with the live demonstration, right? And so before, I mean, you guys, you're getting all those information. There's also one slide where you can get any additional information from Fink-IT solutions on the website. It's put on the one slide. And now this guy is telling me to switch off the microphone. Okay, just ignore that. Okay, so again, back to the technical stuff. What we did, what I explained before, how we achieved that live demonstration was by using Neptune Developer Experience Platform for sure, and we were using the sub-centric module for that one. So we built this demonstration with Planet 8, implementing the AnyLine plugin on this device of RealWare HMT1 head-mounted tablet. So yeah, after I heard what HMT is actually standing for, it's easy to remember. But before that, I just was struggling with the characters anyway. So next will be whenever we are moving forward with the Planet 9 stuff, we're going to set up some kind of demo also on a mobile device with the Planet 9 world, so the open source edition of Neptune. And after having the knowledge how to implement the AnyLine plugin within the sub-centric module, it's pretty much not a big deal to make that possible as well in the open edition world, because this is also a big benefit of Neptune at this point. They both look quite similar when it comes down to like developing stuff. The app designer, for example, pretty much the same, no matter if I do it in Planet 8 or Planet 9. So we'll see if we can find a use case where we can implement AnyLine, even in Planet 9 world. And speaking about use cases, we've already found one use case when I started to talk to AnyLine. Now we can go to the next slide. We already found the one use case that we can use directly within our own solution for mobile maintenance that Fink-IT Solutions is offering. And there's this new application, again, sorry, the whole circle in German. That means whenever I need to do some meter reading and within my plant maintenance, there's always some need to just get some values from any meters. And this application in German called Messwerte erfassen, this would be perfect for us to really implement AnyLine technology within our existing solution, the FITS Instandhaltung suite. And with that one as well, as you can see below the Messwerte erfassen, it's telling you offline. So we did a pretty good mix with offline and online apps within that solution. And whenever we can do things offline, we did it. And that one is clearly a classical offline tool. So you can work around, you need to work around in areas where you do not have any reception anyway. So imagine a cellar, imagine you're outside, you're up on a windmill, you're wherever, where's no reception probably possible even in years. You need to go offline. And by having the offline capabilities of AnyLine with the offline capabilities of Neptune platform combined, this is the solution where you can just, wherever you are, work, do your meter readings on a very comfortable way, go back wherever you have some reception and sync it to your SAP system or whatever system you need to sync it to. Okay, next slide. We'll show you another solution of Fink-IT Solutions, which is basically interesting to be combined with AnyLine technology. It's the FITS e-mobility cloud. It's a fleet management tool. And within that one, we give customers like a 360-degree view on their company fleet, on their drivers, for example. And with AnyLine, we have the chance to implement like 3 different plugins at the moment that we can see. It's like Thomas explained before, the tire plugin, for example, would be very interesting. License plate reading and also the driver's license. It's very interesting to implement those plugins within that world. And just mention that the e-mobility cloud is running completely in SubCloud Platform. Leads us to the next slide, because one of the most newest things and most coolest things so far is that Neptune made sure that Planet 9 as a solution can be hosted right in SubCloud Platform. So having this as a basis for a complete strategic environment, we can leverage the services from SubCloud Platform that we want to use, but basically using, for example, Web IDE to develop any Fiori apps on the most difficult way I ever saw would be, yeah, not necessary in future anymore. So we just put Planet 9 here, and we put Planet 8 in our SAP system, and with that combination, we'll see how far we can go. So this will be one of the next cool things we're having a closer look at, and after that, we still have enough time for Morten's Q&A, and we're getting to the last slide. I want to thank you and hand back to Morten for the Q&A.
Thank you as well. And just like that, it got quite technical in one slide. But yeah, we've got some questions coming in. One, I think you kind of addressed it, but it was what's the use case for the helmet? You know, where is it niche or is it used a lot? Why would you need a helmet?
Everybody needs a helmet. It just looks cool, and no, to be honest, I mean, wearing a helmet, there are some use cases I can think of, and after I saw, for example, on the last Neptune Summit in Oslo, the guy from Vattenfall, for example, presenting some stuff where people are climbing up those huge windmills, and you really want to use both of your hands to, just dig on that thing when it's windy up there. Then you can use perfectly, in this scenario, the real wear device. And whatever comes up in future, you can do a lot of more things, and maybe we get more use cases with that one.
Of course.
Maybe I can add something here, because if you think, for example, in logistics, where people in warehouses or wherever need both hands to work, we get more and more often the inquiries to implement software into things like smart parts of smart glasses or similar stuff that we also saw today. So this is something where we as AnyLine also see that the market is more and more step by step moving into that direction.
Yeah, we see the same on our side. Requests are coming in from partners and customers regarding AI, regarding using smart glasses, regarding, you know, just the next step of taking ourselves up. I guess that also answers the question, you know, will this work on any other type of hardware? I guess the simple answer is yes, unless you guys have something else to add. Okay, so we've got a couple of questions regarding, will you be talking about pricing? I think we might take that separately, as this is a recorded session. But on that, building a plant maintenance solution from scratch isn't done in an afternoon, right? Is this solution from Fink, is it let's say reusable? Is it a solution that's ready to sell, or and how much degree of development needed?
It's a out-of-the-box solution we can offer to customers who are interested. So it needs to be run on the Neptune platform. So AnyLine plugin is optional, but for sure you can get it together with the Neptune platform, and this will be a great start into your mobile maintenance world.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot of people looking for replacements for Work Manager or whatever else. They're not always aware that plant maintenance is the thing that is a term for field services and maintenance and engineers and whatever. So it is interesting. I think that is it for the number of questions now, and I think we're also well over time. So I think we should round it off here and thank everyone for their time, and thank you to Daniel and thank you to Thomas. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it's going to be a pleasure working with you again in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, looking forward to you. Bye-bye.
Bye.